now, babies.
Yeah, of course I've done that. I mean, I don't think we're the only ones that have done this.
Yeah, or you're going to blow your hamstrings out. All this talk is really advancing the time frame on this third shit of the day for me. So what do you say we start the show?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
some
3
opening
shits in one
takes
day?
with some Simple Minds Sports Show. Opening takes. Why don't you kick us off, 47? We're going to switch things up. Last show did not record. It was probably our best one ever. So
It was.
it's
too.
downhill
It was
from
good.
here.
Really
Yeah.
So why don't we going to switch things up a little bit today? Keep you on your toes. Mr. 47 himself, why don't you kick us off with your opening take, please?
I'm very confused on what Bill Belichick's trying to improve with this offense because news broke that Will Greer has just been signed to the Patriots. I mean, if you want to go out and sign some people, why don't you go sign someone that can catch the fucking football for Mac Jones? Because that would be an A+ for everyone in New England to say that Bill Belichick's doing his job right. Don't go get a fucking backup quarterback or another running back who's aged and can't fucking do anything on this team. Go get Mac Jones a goddamn receiver.
That was a strange headline to come across the docket today. Will Greer.
I was unaware of it.
They must hate your boy Zappy, Bobby. They must hate
Oh,
Zapp
they
Daddy.
absolutely hate him. They already brought on 2 other guys and have already cut those guys, so they're on to a third guy to try and get rid of him.
They fucking hate him, and they I don't know how much they trust Mac. Probably not as much as they should. The backup quarterback carousel is odd. Certainly odd. The only thing you can take it from is they hate Zappy. That's about it.
That's the only thing you can take out of that.
Poor Zap Daddy.
I'll take it from here. Piggybacking off what I said yesterday, right on schedule, we get an update from the Cowboys, who the Patriots will play in 2 weeks. Their number 1 cornerback, help me with the name, thank you.
Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs, thank you. Goes down with an ACL today. My whole spiel has been Patriots are right where they need to be, right where they want to be, 0-2. Scheduled losses to start this season. Everyone's freaking out. The entire fucking Patriots nation thought this team was going 0-4, and that was fine. They were still going to squeak out somewhere between 7 and 10 wins. And now all of a sudden they start 0-2 right on schedule, and the overreactions begin. Mac Jones is the problem. Fire Bill Belichick. What did we bring Billy O here for? Kraft fucking sucks. His team blows. The overreaction is just too much. It's just too much. Because right on schedule, here we are. Aaron Rodgers goes down with he hurt his cunt, I think. And then Trayvon Diggs goes down with the ACL. Now the best defense in the world, according to whatever Blowhard said that in Dallas, is down one of their best players, and the Patriots are going there next week to compete for 2-2 because the guaranteed win against the Jets. It's all going according to plan. So let's pump the brakes when the season's over, shall we, Bobby?
Mm-hmm.
Shall we? So I had to watch this game DVR'd, and I turned it on, and it was the same game again to watch.
He is saying the same exact thing as he said last night.
Sorry, receivers. God damn it. I don't want to have to watch these bastards again. I know we talked about it yesterday. I want to talk about it again today. Juju, that bum, he needs to be benched. I don't want to see him out there. I want to see the rookies play. We need to see something different on offense. Potential weather event in New England could muddy up the game. I don't know if that's a good thing for the Patriots, considering the less Zach Wilson throws, the better.
Is what is just rain called for in New York? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be rain, maybe some wind, but it's like a tropical storm.
Real bold of Bland Bobby there to go right back to the same bad joke that didn't land last night. Just
God
I
damn
didn't
it,
want to
I
do
told
it.
you I'm going to recreate everything I said yesterday.
right back to the well. I respect it. I'm not going off script too much tonight either. The words won't be the same. Ray does not remember a fucking thing he said last night. So
Nope.
nope. He's all gummied up, so we can expect Silent Langevin down there at the bottom. Nice shades, idiot. Let's go to the rundown. Today's show, we will be doing just got him right where we want him. Patriots, Dolphins recap. We'll touch on that again. Some of the key turning points, some of the key takeaways. We'll do around the NFL, some of the key stories that came out of there. A little sprinkle of some something salty here from last night. A little Bruins. Touch a little Bruins and touch on a little Red Sox from last week. Yeah, I know, Bobby. It's okay.
It's not in the email, sir.
It's okay. You'll get through it.
We can't recreate last night if you're going off script now.
We're going to follow that right back up with BOTPODs Basements. We'll see if Ray can stay awake for that. It's Tinfoil Hat Edition.
Ooh, that's what it was last night. I remember that.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Let's see if Ray remembers the breaking news we gave him that was 3 days old in his Tinfoil Hat Edition from last night.
Nope.
Okay, so this should be good. We're going to recreate exactly what we did.
That one should go according to plan.
Yeah, perfect. And of course, Simplest Minds of the Week. This is the Simple Minds Sports Show, Friday Rewind, September 22nd, take 2. Welcome to the show. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm sorry you missed last night because Ray was popping.
I was fucking good last night. I was looking good.
Yeah,
Just the nines, baby.
But today I brought you the 1997 throwback Patriots hat to try and make up for it. It doesn't, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So if you're watching on YouTube, sorry, but you're welcome. If you're listening on your preferred podcast platforms, iHeartRadio, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts, rate, subscribe, review. Tell your friends, as always, tell your mothers. Tell them about Shank It Golf, where you can get Ray's fine little titties hat he's got on. It's like Titleist, but it says titties with the white rope and the black fabric. Very tight looking. You can get that at Shank It Golf, and you can get it for 15% off. Anything 15% off with the promo code Simple Minds. That's shankitgolf.com. All right, boys, like I said, 2 seconds ago and last night, the Patriots got them right where they want them. 0-2. They dropped to the Dolphins 24-17. We'll start off right where we talked about the turnovers, turning points. He had a fumble by Pop Douglas, who was immediately benched for the rest of the game, eliminating any chance of a high octane offense for the Patriots, and the interception by Mac Jones inside his own 20. Let's start on the interception again, because I don't know if I guess we dissected it a good amount. Did we give a percentage? Not 69, right? How much was that? How much is that? I'm going to give you 3 guys, because I think it was basically a call from the sideline. The play call was to go to Devontae Parker on 1-on-1. Is that a Billy O'Brien, bad play call, Mac Jones, bad throw, Devontae Parker, shitty receiver, got himself shit pushed in off the sideline? Throw some percentages out there. Where are you placing the blame on that interception? Because it very well could have cost them the game. It was that type of turning point.
75% Devontae Parker's fault. I don't give the play call any credence, nor do I give Mac Jones to put the ball where it should have been. Just Devontae Parker is an idiot, doesn't know how to run routes, and we paid him a 3-year extension for a unnecessary amount of money because he sucks.
Interesting take. I mean,
well, I just want to touch on the math there, because 75% went to Mac Jones and 0% went to the other candidates. So we've got 20% floating, 25% floating in the ether on the play there. I don't know who you want to put the blame
12
on.
12.5 and 12.5.
12.5 and 12.5.
I'm surprised you were able to split that. Good for you.
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
Good job. I want to put 25% of Miles Bryant's ass, because that was half of it must have been his fault.
Well, yeah.
Bobby knows what I'm talking
his
about.
fault.
Miles, yeah, maybe he ran in the play. He told him.
Fuck Miles Bryant. Where your percentage going, Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Play calling is the least, because even if that's the play call, the quarterback's supposed to see it and say that this isn't what I'm going to do, or execute it. So what play calls out, I would probably put it at about 70% bad throw decision by Mac, and then Devontae's got to do better. He could have tackled him. He could have done a lot, but he could have run a better route to begin with. He was boxed out before the ball even got there.
I just put more on the play call. I put they designed that to be that position. He's there for that reason, to go throw the ball up there. Yeah, it was a bad throw. The decision, I think, comes basically, like I said, from the sideline. They schemed it up. They got the look what they wanted. There wasn't even a thought process.
You just don't want that play in the playbook.
You just don't. I don't want that play. Yeah, period. Basically, I hate fades.
Okay, I'm with you there.
Do you think it's because Matt can't execute
that?
Do you think Matt can't execute it, or is it just no one on this team can catch that ball or go up for that ball?
I don't think it's a strength of Max. I don't think he's had a lot of he hasn't had, first of all, many chances at those, but no, they don't have anybody that can do it on the team. When Devontae Parker is supposed to be heralded as this big 50-50 guy, I haven't seen him make one of those catches. Maybe one.
Maybe not against an actually good corner. If you put it this way, you bring up Miles Bryant. If he has a Miles Bryant equivalent corner across from him in 101, yeah, do it. But
yeah, and to your point of bad decision, they had that guy in Eli Apple on the other side of the field who fucked up all night. So put him, scheme it up so he's going against Eli Apple, and then do it. So yeah, I'm with you. It's mostly on Mac, but I just put a little bit more on that play call. They got what they wanted, and they didn't execute it, and they should never try to execute it again. It's just not a good play for them. That fumble by Pop Douglas, it's not going to end his season. He's going to be back. He's the one guy that can make some plays for him. But certainly backbreaking inside the 30, another first quarter turnover that led to a double-digit deficit that you're climbing out of. I just hear a lot of people making, because he got benched, the fumble is now becoming not the story. And I get that it was a good play by Chubb, but I do hate that fumble. I hate that strip from behind, and it's coming. Hold on to the goddamn ball. I get he's a rookie. Probably won't happen again. It's not a big deal. He shouldn't have been benched, but I do hate the fumble. I fucking hate the fumble.
The fumble was so obvious. I remember watching it and being like, "Oh God, he's gonna fumble!" Like just the way that they were converging, it was so obvious that. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I hate the fumble too, but we need the player more. We need.
What do you think, Ray? What do you think Pop Douglas's ceiling is this year? Like, can he evolve into a true go-to number one Jacoby Myers-esque receiver? Does he have to? Is he what's it? I don't know what to make of Demarius Douglas at this point.
He reminds me. Now, don't say that. I'm not calling him this player, but he's like a Danny Amendola on this team. Like, he just has to have one of those big games once in a blue moon. But other than that, just when the ball goes to you and it's your route, catch the fucking ball. That's your job. But I think he could have like a big breakout game further down the line, but he's not going to be that wide receiver one.
So he's firmly propped up at number 4, the number 4 receiver on the depth chart for the foreseeable future.
For a little bit, yeah. Maybe next year you can move up to 3 or stay at 4, but I don't see him being that 1 or 2 guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's a 1 or a 2. I see him as a guy that he at least can threaten with speed, so the defense has to like know that he's there, but that would theoretically get 4 to 5 touches a game, where when he has the ball, he is a threat for yards after catch.
See, I think he can get you. I think he can very quickly evolve into your number 2, and in this office, your number 1 corner.
Phenomenal. If he could do that.
I say that because the rest of them suck. I can see Pop Douglas lining up in the slot 97% of the plays. If he can figure out the playbook by week 6 and go out there and execute with his skill set, bye-bye Juju, bye-bye Kendrick Bourne.
100%. I think he should get all of Juju's snaps. I don't think he should play. I think Kayshon Boutte should play more than him. He's terrible.
Yeah, I think that if you want the offense, we'll get into what I want to take a second, get into, the key takeaways and what this offense is and what it could be. And we talked about last night, the floor and the ceiling. But if you are one of these people that thinks or expects the Patriots to make a jump in offensive production, that's only going to happen if Kayshon Boutte, Tyquan Thornton, and Pop Douglas can emerge as receivers here. Because your ceiling with Kendrick Bourne, Devontae Parker, and Juju Smith is not high at all. If those are your 3 guys, then Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki are your best catchers in the league. Sure. And a 2 tight end offense just can't keep up to the tune of playoff wins in this league.
Yeah, I mean, well, go ahead, Ray.
Oh, absolutely. Go, Bobby.
What I was going to say, so in your theory here, so if you have Douglas in the slot, if Tyquan Thornton comes back is on the outside, and then you have a Kendrick Bourne and a Devontae Parker out there, then you have complementary skill sets, and then you have 2 tight ends also that can catch passes. So at least at that point, there you have receivers with divergent skill sets that could actually be able to move the ball.
Divergent skill sets. Write that down, Ray. That was
I thought he said virgin skill sets. I thought he said virgin. I was very confused.
Well, on this Patriots team, they look like virgin skill sets.
You're virgin to the end zone.
Get it? Yeah,
I get it, because they can't do it. They're
the missed opportunities are hand in hand with those turnovers. The interception by Mac Jones came after the greatest block punt the NFL's ever seen, from one Brendan Schooler and his fabulous hair. That's a momentum turner. They were down 7 at that point. They were driving, good field position, obviously. And you're going in to tie the game, and you throw that interception. I mean, talk about a turnaround. And then the interception by Christian Gonzalez, his first ever career interception on Tyreek Hill. The Patriots turned that into negative yardage gained in terms of the field position battle. When the Miami got the ball back after a punt, they actually gained yards from when they threw the interception, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
So you took a turnover, you gave them a turnover after a special teams play, and then you blew your one chance at a turnover off the interception. Those are the opportunities with this offense you just can't miss. The margin of error is too small.
Two interesting points off what you said. Did you see Tyreek Hill's comments about Christian Gonzalez?
Said he was pretty good.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, as much of a scumbag as Tyreek Hill is, he's a great receiver, and he actually thinks the corner is good. That's pretty good commentary. And then also, so that play with Schooler, obviously, they were waiting to employ that because they didn't just roll it out during the first field goal attempt. So that they felt that was such a good play that they waited to use that in that moment where they felt they could turn the game, and it worked. So obviously that was something that they had in the bag.
Yeah, and then Mac Jones threw it away to because Devontae Parker can't hold his water. So, yeah, those are. And look, we're on a razor thin margin right now with this team. I have a lot of positivity towards it, but that can turn quickly. If you go into the Meadowlands and lose to Zach Wilson,
the Jets, it's going to be.
I'm going to be singing a much different tune. And those type of plays and those type of turnarounds could literally be turning around the Patriots season. That's the razor edge this roster is on right now. Their confidence in the team, their confidence in the coaching, their confidence in themselves is really floating. And if you go in and lose to Zach Wilson, you're fucked. So and you can't give away plays like that. You can't have the greatest block punt the world's ever seen and then go throw an interception when you're down by 7 inside the 20-yard line. You just can't do that.
Well, they did that last year. Remember that they had a few games that if they could have flip-flopped, like I remember the Vegas game because I was there with that stupid lateral. That cost them. I mean, you could have been a playoff. Patricia. Yeah, you could have been a playoff team last year, but yet you made those mental mistakes. And hopefully going this year, you thought they'd have less of those. So 2 games in, maybe it'll still a little rusty because it's not the regular season. It hasn't really started yet because week 4, usually Belichick's is like guns ho. But yeah, maybe it's just those stupid mental mistakes you can't be making anymore.
Can we?
That isn't what we would call complimentary football.
Yeah.
Can we confidently say that the offense at least looks better than last year? So you bring up a good point, like that Vegas game, because a lot of people are making this point now. Don't go look at the numbers; they're all the same as last year. Look, I texted you guys at the beginning of the Miami game. The shit that they threw the kitchen sink at the Dolphins their first drive in terms of formations and motion, and we haven't seen that type of creativity certainly since McDaniels and Mac's rookie year, but probably since Brady's last year. I mean, they weren't doing that stuff with Mac's first year. So and if you have to go back, and maybe a lot of you have blacked out last year, but there was a false start or a holding on every other offensive play. It felt like they were digging themselves. They were digging into their own hole every other possession they had the ball.
That guy is not playing yet because he has a concussion, but he might be back next week. So we'll see if that trend starts.
Well, he was due for at least one a game. Isaiah Wynn was due for a false start and a hold.
Yeah.
So, I think, Bobby, it feels better. It looks better. Certainly they're not executing to the level that you would expect. But a lot of that, you can start to make excuses and pare that away in your offensive line and pass catchers. But I don't think it's a Mac Jones problem. Do you think it looks better? And do you think Mac Jones has something to do with that? Or is it O'Brien?
It's funny. It's almost the opposite. They're doing really good in the red zone this year. When they actually get to the red zone, they've been scoring touchdowns, which they didn't do at all last year. But it's weird because aesthetically they do look better. They look better when you watch them, but they haven't had a lot of trips to the red zone. They were struggling getting to the red zone. So it's kind of like a funny dynamic where aesthetically it looks pleasing. It looks like they're moving the ball. And when they do get to the red zone, they score, but it's difficult for them to get there. So there's a disconnect in what they're doing. But I certainly agree. Much more sophisticated offense, but they are still having that key breakdown.
Yeah, and if they get a holding penalty, forget it, drives over. It's like they're not coming back from 10 yards. And a lot of that's the offensive line. They don't have an offensive line to hold up to pass the ball more than 7 yards. They're the king of 7-yard and 8-yard gains right now, but they don't even have an offensive line that they feel confident enough to run the ball. Just real quickly, Mac Jones, 6th in yards, 6th in touchdowns, number 1 in pass attempts in the league right now. Mac's good. And I'm about to get a little bit angry when people continue to say that he's not a playmaker, because he's the only one that made plays on Sunday and legitimately good plays running. So the touchdown to Hunter Henry was a broken play that he ad-libbed and Mahomes it that behind him, threw it to a guy that was in the mix in the mixing pot. Hunter Henry caught it for a touchdown. The Stevenson touchdown what came off of a scramble to his right and then a good hard throw on the run to Juju at the goal line, where if he kept his body, it could have been a touchdown, but he got at the one and they scored. They 3rd and 10 in the third quarter, that rolling left, falling backwards, almost put it in Mike Gesicki's lap. If you had a little bit more of a talented player, probably makes that catch for a 25, 30-yard gain. I thought Mac Jones was making plays all over the fucking place when his offensive line didn't give him a chance to even think or breathe that game.
He showed like a little bit of another step physically, it looked like.
Raymond?
What would you take a bigger victory lap with? Mac Jones being a top 5, 6 quarterback in the league at the end of the year, or the Patriots making it into the AFC Championship game?
Well, I've said all along Mac Jones is a top 10 quarterback, and that's probably all they need. But if he goes to top 5, I'll take that lap. I don't think that the Patriots are going to an AFC Championship game, and I don't think Mac Jones is a Super Bowl winning quarterback right now.
I didn't say he was but you've been preaching that Mac Jones is good before, being Bobby were on the Zappy train, but
goddamn fucking right you were. No, don't forget it either.
I won't. And you stood by fucking Mac Jones this whole time, so I didn't know like the wins that you predicted that they would have would be
there
a
was
bigger
a brief period in time in which he was sitting right on Zappy's lap. Okay, he might not want to admit it, but he was right there on Uncle Zappy's lap, asking him what he wanted for Christmas. Please,
never. Zappy was dead to me the minute he was born. No, I don't take victory laps, Raymond. I'm a humble guy.
You're a homer. What?
I'll just let you know. That you were wrong and I was right. I'll leave it at that.
Uh-huh.
I do like Homer Ray, though. It is nice to have you back.
Thanks, baby. I got lost, but now I'm found.
It's much more pleasant. In that same vein of my positivity, a lot of that has to do with the offensive line getting right. Right now, it feels like Can't Get Right. What movie is that from? Home, Eddie Murphy. Thank you. Can't Get Right. The deaf kid that I think it's called Home. Might not be called Home.
Life.
I was like, Home. I've never heard of this movie.
Yeah, Life. I think they're going to get right. Trent Brown, miraculously, his head cleared up when he rubbed him $2 million on it. So that worked. Cole Strange, I don't think is great. I have a little bit of a worry about Cole Strange as the number 1 pick. I know that's weird to say about your left guard, but they like to run the ball there, and he fucking sucked that game. Michael Winnow, we know, is good. That's the first time they've played. David Andrews, we know, is good and solid. The middle of that line should be good. Trent Brown should be good. If Calvin Anderson can get a little help, or literally anybody else other than a turnstile, put a lawn chair at right tackle, and it might help a little more. I just think the offensive line is going to be better. In turn, it's going to make your run game better. In turn, it's going to open up your passing game. Therefore, you'll be competitive against the shitty to mediocre teams and come up short against the good ones.
Yep.
Offensive line talk. Anything?
No, we've said that they need to address it. I mean, like you said, Strange was letting that Van Dinkel kid come in all fucking night. So, once you shore that up and have confidence in that offensive line, it gives Mac more time to throw than 2.5 seconds. I think this team will be good to above good.
Yeah, as long as Trent Brown's healthy, the line is fine. With the starting guards, they'll be fine. That was the first game. They didn't even practice. So I think the line will be fine once the 5 starters are there.
If they don't, where does Adrian Clem come in the picture? We start bitching at, does his name start coming to the top, or is it Belichick O'Brien first?
It's always going to be Belichick first from here on out. Now he's going to get all the blame.
Do we have a Belichick problem? We talked about it last night. I tried to parse it between a coaching and GM problem. I laid it out like this, and I'll let you go on it, Bobby. So what's the floor for the best coach in the league? If that's we said Kyle Shanahan. You can argue who the best coach in the league is. Andy Reid. Yeah. Put the name. What's the floor for the best coach in the league with?
I think we said 7, right? 6, 7.
6, 7. And we agree Bill Belichick is going to do that. He did that with Cam Newton, so the evidence is there.
Agree.
Yeah.
So if that's the case and you give him some talent, can't we assume, because we've seen this too? I understand Brady's the best of all talent, but we know when given talent what Bill Belichick is capable of. He's got 6 rings to prove it. Has there been that much of a shift and a downfall from him as a coach to say that he has a coaching problem schematically or on the field, or is it strictly he can't identify talent, he doesn't pick the right guys, and doesn't put enough people in the position to succeed?
I wish that he would actually be able only to draft or get free agent defensive players and actually give someone else the keys to the Ferrari to go and shop and get some offensive players, because he can't address it. He's been striking out left and right with wide receivers, tight ends, Dalton Keene, fucking in the what was the other guy?
Dalton Keene. Sorry for that, Ray. You really
Sati, Sati, what was his fucking name?
Devin
Anyway.
Asiasi.
Thank you. Yeah,
Terrence
he struck
Wheatley?
out with those guys. Yep. No, he was a cornerback. He did good.
Oh.
Anyways, that's what I'm just saying. Just get someone else to go address the offensive side of the ball.
The problem with Bill Belichick is you can't remove Bill Belichick, the coach, from Bill Belichick, the GM. They're intertwined. So the problem is one and the same. Bill Belichick, the coach, can still coach. He understands football. But Bill Belichick, the GM, is living 20 years ago. So that's the disconnect. And so you just look at his actions, and his actions indicate he is not going to get top end offensive talent, whether because he can't identify it, maybe he's tried and he's fucked it up, or he doesn't want to. We don't know what it is, but he just physically can't do it.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting cursor for what talent actually does for you in football, specifically at the quarterback and receiving position in this passing game. If we're saying Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan are the best coaches in the league, and you don't give them talent, then they're going to get 7 or 6 wins. Then I guess talent accounts for like 7 or 8 wins on its own, right? Like, so if you don't have it, then you don't have a friggin' chance. You don't have a chance if you don't have offensive talent. Starts at the quarterback position, but right next to it is the O-line and the passing game as a whole. You have to be able to operate that.
We can see as a case study how Sean Payton does with the Broncos. You got to remember when Sean Payton was there, he had Alvin Kamara, Mike Thomas was in his prime. He had somebody else, I forget who it was, but they were still drafting nasty. And now he's got something else with the Broncos. So we'll see how many wins he gets, and it could be an interesting point to this.
Yeah, coaching for a long time has been really overrated in the NFL, I think. I think that coaching can really screw up a team. Look at Staley there in LA with the Chargers. But I certainly don't think that they win you games. It's the players and the talent that win you games.
Well, like with the Bears, I mean, Justin Fields has made it crystal clear that coaching is fucking him up.
We'll get to Fields in a minute. But Ray brought up a good point defensively. I kind of think about it now. Barmore could show up. Barmore, Mapu, Gonzalez, Jack Jones.
Is Barmore playing bad, or are they just having him do things that aren't sexy?
I listened to something today that said they're trying to make him a 3-down player. So what that means for an inside tackle for a Belichick is you don't show up. You just hopefully help stop the run. And
is he just eating two guys every play so that other people can get out? Because if that's what he's doing, it doesn't mean he's playing bad. He's just not flashing.
Right. Yeah. Where in the past they were unleashing him on passing downs and letting him apply pressure, similar to Uche, who I think has sucked this year too, because they're trying to elevate them to be 3-down players, and right now they're not doing it very well.
Well,
they try to do that because they also
year, so we know why that's happening.
They also got faster on the defensive side of the ball too. So you think they want Barmore just to free up one of those fast guys, just like Bobby was saying, to get to the quarterback, or stay at home so the quarterback doesn't get all these yards?
No, I think they want him to be able to play 3 downs because he's a good player, and you just can't play 1 down and be consistent in the NFL. But from a young core, my point is, from the draft standpoint, when Belichick is like Christian Gonzalez, Kyle Duggar, Mapu, Barmore, Uche, if you want to throw him in there, Jack Jones, like, you got a nice young core of defense there.
Which is why if they go 0-4, they should tank and just put the defense on ice and then go from there.
Fuck the tanking shit. I'm not into that. Real quick look ahead. Jets, Patriots. I got them winning 17-3. low scoring game, grind of a game, boring to watch. 4 or 5 picks from Zach Wilson, a touchdown for the defense, probably a special teams play as well. Jets are going to jet. Patriots are going to be boring. And if there's going to be rain and wind, oof. A lot of sad, but then
run.
a lot of
That's
bored beers for me on Sunday.
No way, man. I think it'll be electric. I think the defense is going to show out. I think it'll be a higher scoring game just because the defense is going to make a couple defensive scores. I see this being like a 31-17 game.
You're an asshole. I like that you brought your 47 personality back just for that prediction, but you're an asshole.
Why?
I don't think the Patriots will score 31 points the entire season. So
really,
I find it highly unlikely.
Oh, okay.
13-6, Pats.
He's reading the cue card from last night.
I told you, I'm trying to recreate it.
I remember this part.
Oh, did we touch on the Breece Hall? Like, Jets are just falling apart. They're completely imploding on themselves. Breece Hall was asked why the offense struggled last game, and he said, because I got 4 touches, then tweeted out 4 footballs after missing last year with a blown ACL, hasn't played in a year. Breece Hall. After Elijah Moore has got himself traded out of New York for being a high draft pick. Garrett Wilson's next. That guy's about to start spouting off. Sauce Gardner came out and said the Patriots are not, flashy. They don't do anything special. We're not here to lose another one. They've lost 14 straight to the New England Patriots. This is just, I'm a little nervous because the Patriots have not shown very well
about this game.
Well, God damn it, is this prime for the Jets just to fall flat on their face, man.
I think that's what it is because New York is just ready to fall flat on their faces while the Patriots, I think, are growing confidence knowing that Mac is playing better. This offense is going to be better down the line. So I think the confidence levels.
Both teams are desperate to win. I think if the Jets, I think they each know that they need to win this game to have. 0-3 for any team, that's a lot. But the Jets go 2-1, break this little curse thing that they got going on, and they can feel better moving forward. I think both teams are going to come out. I think this is going to be a highly contested game.
2 things why I'm not worried. 1, Robert Saleh. 2, Zach Wilson. No way in hell that Bill Belichick-led team is going to lose to those 2 boobs.
They're the only two. They're the only 2 positions, if that's what you call it, that the Patriots have an advantage at. Let's maybe running back if Breece Hall only gets 4 touches, as he would say. Although Ramondre
special
Stevenson
teams
sucked.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
that's 3. 3 check
but I don't know what it is about Belichick. He hates the Jets that much. Spite is a powerful drug. He does not like losing to them. I don't know.
Just like that. Just like why I made the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. He might have a couple extra cameras in there this week. Who knows? I don't see him losing. I am a little bit worried about though. Speaking of losers, let's throw it over to headlines with the obvious one.
Oh, hold on a second. I don't know if I saved that from last night. Hold on a second.
God damn.
Thank you, Richard. The Patriots lost to Tua and the Miami Dolphins on Sunday Night Football, 24-17. Mac Jones was again good, going 31 for 42 for 231 yards and 1 TD and 1 interception. Patriots are 0-2 for the first time since 2001, and we all know what happened then.
September 11th.
Yep, 9/11, baby. The Red Sox fire Chaim Bloom and are in last place in the AL East and officially eliminated from playoff contention. Sucks to be them. LeBron James and his wife and 2 associates are named in a federal PED investigation. Why isn't ESPN reporting about this? And finally, on this day in 1861, federal troops shoot and kill 12 Navajo men, women, and children, and wound 40 more following a dispute over a friendly horse race during monthly Rations Day in Bear Springs, territory of New Mexico.
That was yesterday, you fucking asshole. Okay.
Yeah.
You were wrong yesterday, or you're wrong today.
Yeah. That's
every time I do this, it's headlines for September 22nd. So this show gets released on September 22nd.
Ooh, he big brained you on that one, Bobby.
Suck it, Bobby. And this has been headlines with the obvious one. Back to you, Richard.
I did not see that coming.
I'll have a problem with it tomorrow.
Thank you. You can write to the please amorel@gmail.com.
Yeah,
I'll send you something there.
Yeah, I forgot about the old Navajo shot there on the.
I remember that from last evening.
A friendly horse race on Ration
It's so close
Day.
to Indigenous Peoples Day. You fuck.
A friendly horse race on ration day. It's like me and Bill with your mother on Tuesday nights. Just every
Is it Rations Day too? That day
every
too?
week. Well, it
Yeah.
depends on how she's feeling. I just want to real quick, we didn't do this last night, touch on a couple news points. Bobby, take a break. The Red Sox and the Bruins. The Bruins, not that big of a news if you want to make it that. They named Brad Marchand their latest captain.
That was Italian.
I'm sorry. Brad
Marchand.
is,
Marchand.
you're right. That was more guttural. Marchand, the captain, Pasternak and McAvoy got the A's. You care, Ruben?
I mean, can you have this guy as your captain after all the stupid shit he's done?
Well, they just made him one.
I understand that, but it doesn't look like a little bit of a foolish move by the Boston Bruins.
I don't know. The only thing foolish about it is I don't like the fact that he's got 2 years left in his deal. He's 35. He's probably out of the league at most in 3 years. Like, could you give it to McAvoy and
that's where I want you.
Give it another 15-year, 12-year, 10-year continuity thing. Bergeron only had it for a couple years. Chara had to have been close to a decade. So yeah, I would just say that it doesn't matter that much. He's your leader. He's your in-house leader. He's been there for, I think, 14 seasons. I think he's one of the top goal scorers in the league. He's one of the best players in the league. So yeah, it all adds up. He's just he's got a history of being a real prick, which I don't know. I guess that's not captain material, but who cares?
I like it. I love him being
Sounds
captain.
great to me.
Yeah, sounds fine. Speaking of pricks, Chaim Bloom fired last week. We didn't really get to talk about this, so just real quick, 5 minutes on it. Ding dong, the Bloom is dead. I was a little bit shocked. They pulled the trigger when they did.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be after the season, after everyone cleaned up their lockers, and then silently let them go and before the winter meetings start, and then have someone come in. But
seemed like a casual fuck you to him.
Yeah, there wasn't any they got swept by the Yankees, and it was a week later. They kept losing games a little bit, but I don't know. It just felt, kind of like blasé, kind of nonchalant, okay, yeah, whatever. It felt like John Henry landed in Boston from wherever he was overseas, and it was like, what's happening? Oh yeah, no, he can go. Let's get him out of here. No problem.
I want to know why all the dirt's coming out now. I mean, obviously he's fired, but all that shit, why wasn't this done earlier? There was a deal in place to get Chris Sale traded.
Oh, this is what happens in Boston.
I'm just saying,
they did it
why
with
didn't
fucking
this happen
Tito
earlier?
Francona.
Why didn't they do this earlier? I'm saying, why didn't they fire him earlier in the season instead of waiting so long? If all this was true, where you could have saved money by getting rid of Chris Sale and they were going to pay the whole contract off. I'm just saying,
because that's not why they got rid of him. It's just a smear campaign to justify their move. If anybody doubts it, they do it every single time they fire a manager. They do it every single time they get people out. There was smear campaigns against fucking Xander Bogaerts. Go back and look up some headlines from that. Mookie Betts didn't want to be here, wanted too much money. You can. To a T, the Boston Globe will come out with a smear campaign against somebody that the Red Sox ship out of the door, out of town, just to back up and solidify the decision by ownership, management, or whoever else. So is it true? I don't know. Probably. Did they have a deal on the table for Chris Sale for pennies on the dollar? Probably. Did Chaim Bloom not look at that as a good deal? Probably. Did he look at anything as a good deal? Who knows? He didn't make a fucking good one, so we don't know what he thinks a good deal or a bad deal. He sucks. He sucks. He was never going to be in a good position to do anything for the Red Sox. He was unqualified for the job, and now he's disqualified for any other job at GM position because he doesn't know baseball. The dude's an algorithm nerd who just followed the numbers, tried to find diamonds in the rough with every single move that he made, and was given some type of order from ownership to cut payroll down by X amount and succeed nonetheless. And he didn't. He couldn't identify talent. He put a bad team on the field.
Do you think he ever gets another gig?
Sure, he'll get some assistant GM role somewhere.
No, I'm saying I want the full job.
No.
GM job.
No, because he won't get it his next job, and then he probably will not do enough. I don't think he has the head to actually do that job. He would probably be great running a farm system. It's probably where he belongs.
Yeah.
And
but he can't really address. Can he identify young talent though?
I mean, where a lot of us will probably have to eat crows in 2 or 3 years because it seems like there are some decent, really good prospects coming up from the Red Sox system. So maybe
But what if this next regime comes in and gets rid of all that that he built up?
In retrospect, he did
That's the
exactly what
whole-
he said, and
Yeah.
it's looking really good.
Yeah, in retrospect, John Henry's like, come in here. We're going to cut payroll in half. I want you to be around a 500 team and build our farm system up. And like, that's exactly what I fucking did. Get the fuck out of here, you nerd.
Get out of here now. Now I'm gonna bring in. I'm gonna bring Theo back, and he's gonna win a title.
Yeah. These heathens with their pitchforks hate you. Get out of here. No, the whole point of the farm system is to bring up quote unquote prospects and let the idiots like Heim Bloom trade for them, and then you get good pieces back. That's the whole point of farm systems in baseball. It's not to come up and feed your system so you have 9 28 23-year-olds on the field at one point in time. No, some of them slip through. Dustin Pedroia's, Jonathan Papelbon, Lester's, they slip through and they become part of your team. Bogarts, if you have a good system, you get a couple of these guys that poke through, but mostly you have a good team because you have good veterans getting paid a lot of money. That's baseball.
That's Red Sox baseball.
Heim Bloom didn't get that, but it sounds like they're about to spend some money. It sounds like they've been listening to us, and Bobby Baseball's suggestion of just bring over the entire Japanese national team is
That's what they're doing
in play, because Shohei Ohtani's name is being tossed around, and the Yamamoto pitcher is being tossed around from Japan. So you would have Yoshida, Yamamoto, and Ohtani are all rumored to be. It's going to be Little Tokyo in Boston here next season.
Exactly.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be great. Imagine like if we could get just like a whole Japanese section in center field with flags and fucking drums like they do over there for the
That'd be
games.
awesome.
Just
That'd be
people in full
amazing.
samurai gear.
It's racist, Bobby. I have to beat that. All right, that was
Kamikaze
our
section.
better.
The land of the
Factually
rising sun.
historically correct. We're going to stop there. Take a quick break. Come right back with some BOTPOD Basement conspiracy theories. Oh, no. NFL talk. Do you want to do NFL talk?
Yeah.
Okay. We got to do it quick.
Okay.
And we're back with another devastating injury from the NFL. We missed the live reaction from Bobby last night.
Oh, yes.
Watching the Nick Chubb injury.
Speaking of live reactions, did you watch the golf guy video? Because
I did.
Is that
was
not
hilarious.
Bill? Is that not fucking Bill?
It was pretty good. Yeah. It was pretty good.
That guy- These are from heaven. Do you want to see God?
The comment section's hilarious though, because they're like he's looking for his muscles because that guy had zero.
I mean, he had some pecs.
I'll tell you what he
had some
didn't
pec
lack
work
was
action.
confidence, Ray. All right. He was
Oh,
ready.
he didn't
and
lack that,
give
but
a
I
fuck.
want to know, like I was saying to Bobby, I want to know what like started all this and how it all like
I like how he
transpired.
shot the ball. He's like, I'm not fucking moving.
I'm not moving.
Yeah, no, this is the thing with that guy. He had that line, he had that move, he had those words. He preordained that. The whole time he was sitting there just mean mugging, he knew exactly what he was going to do. There was no big like to do that made him take his shirt off. Like it felt like they were just leaving, and he was like, "Okay, here's the time. Here we go."
Here we go.
He drops the shirt and then throws his fucking killer lines on his friends, basically. So, yeah, it didn't wow me as much as you guys, but it was funny because I'm coming off the precipice of Grant sending us these fart videos from this, from this.
Bobby's gonna get on that chat.
This human god, this demigod of fart king of the fart kingdom, and that guy's blowing me away. I literally and figuratively. So
I think he does Cameo too, so we can get him on Cameo.
we should get him on the program.
Yeah,
If he wants to
I'll
do
reach
it.
out to him.
That'd be
Just a
fucking amazing.
live show from his fucking toilet.
That'd be amazing if you just responds to every question with a fart.
I'd be most impressed.
He seems like a very kind gentleman. So
I think you'd do it.
it'd be a break from our regular
Probably
program.
very gassy, it sounds like.
Yeah. It'd be we just talk to him in farts. Nick Chubb goes down. We're Chubbless, where it's like Ray from 1998. That's what it's like in Cleveland now. No Chubbs for them. No Chubbs.
Dark
for you.
days over there. Dark days.
Dark days. It was like a fucking G.I. Joe leg when that thing snapped back.
Ugh.
Elastic and all. That was gross. That was gross.
You think he
that's
comes
like-
back from that?
He'll come back, but he won't be the same.
That was like Robert
Oh,
Edwards.
God, no,
Like,
he's
he
done.
did the same thing. He dislocated his kneecap, teared his MCL, PCL, and ACL, I think.
Yeah,
That's the
modern
same
science,
injury.
though.
Yeah, but that's the same injury. I mean, you're a running back. I mean, yeah, you're young, but you can be able to cut like you used to.
No, he'll never ever be the same.
Remember
Yeah,
when
he'll
Booby
come-
Johnson tried to do that in Friday Night Lights?
Good old Booby. Pittsburgh Cleveland was one of the worst games I've seen in a while. Neither of those teams are very good. Deshaun Watson looks broken. I don't know what happened to him.
He's washed.
Well, he needs a massage.
Yeah, probably. Do you think? Does that put a little feather in Billy O'Brien's cap that he made him look like a top 5 quarterback?
Yep. Because he's done it with other.
I'm sure he'll take the credit.
Quarterbacks. Yeah.
Listen up, Mac. TJ Watt is good. That's how I ended that segment. Panthers Saints was also Monday night. Bryce Young stinks. Average height too small for the NFL. Never going to make it.
Yeah, I don't think he's practiced all week either. So yeah, he got hurt, and that's.
I think they said he's not even playing this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of the other rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson looked good for a long time. Wow, look at this kid, look at this kid, look at this kid. Boom, dead, concussion. See ya. Never gonna play. He's out. He's out.
He got hurt though. He got hurt week 1 and 2.
No shit. He can't throw the
Like,
ball. He's running all over the place.
That's because he's playing running back.
Yeah, he pretty much is. Until
CJ
Jonathan
Stroud,
Taylor
the
comes
same
back.
thing.
Though.
These guys are never gonna fucking make it. They're never gonna make it. They suck.
I want to see what he.
I believe I called that pre-draft.
Taylor.
And CJ Stroud, you're welcome.
Yeah. You know what else I was listening today, and the reports out of Dallas or anybody that covers Trey Lance is he's just not a quarterback. They're calling him a running back now. Trey Lance is not a quarterback. Wow. I called that before that draft. Don't touch that guy. He didn't even play fucking college football. He played barely a season of Division II. No shit, he sucks. You got Justin Fields, who doesn't want to take coaching, Trey Lance, who's a running back, and Zach Wilson, who's a douchebag, is getting in the way of playing any type of regular football from the 2021 draft. Davis Mills is your third best quarterback from that 2021 draft behind Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones. Not great. Speaking of not great, the Bengals blow. Ray, you got them going 0-3 this week?
I believe so, yeah.
You hopped off that Bengals bandwagon so fast.
That you think we have a bad offensive line? Go over and watch some Cincinnati games because their offensive line is going to get, like you've always said, Richard and Billiam, that they're going to get Joe Burrow's fucking killed.
He's already forgot his name. Once riding the Burrow all the way to Pleasure Town, and now he can't even say his name.
Well, and Jamar Chase is starting to become a diva wide receiver. You know, got benched halfway through the game because he was just walking routes pretty much. So
he was like quitting.
He fucking quit. I haven't seen like that wide receiver behavior since like T.O. Like those days where wide receivers were supposed to quit. Right. Unless you count Antonio Brown, but like he just went he
went crazy.
Loco.
Yeah.
Vontez what is his name?
Vontez Perfect.
Vontez Perfect.
Yeah, he knocked the crazy into Antonio Brown. There's this whole YouTube thing of the way Antonio Brown spoke before that hit and what he's said and done after, and he's just become an absolute lunatic.
Yeah.
He was
That's
like a
actually pretty hilarious.
Normal fucking guy, and then he became an absolute lunatic.
I believe he just made a rap song and it's called CTE, but I forgot what the CTE stands for.
Oh,
that's cunt, titties, and
no, did you see
it, Rich? I can't think of
Ecstasy.
a funny word.
Cunts, titties, and ecstasy.
That would be amazing if you did. It was called CTE. It's what could the E be?
That's what I'm trying. Hold on.
Epilepsy.
CTE.
No, I haven't seen that, but I did email us a wonderful song that I have to bring up for you at one point in time. Oh, here it is. This is called Susan Boyle dropped her new song called The Anal Queen. Have you heard this one?
Nope.
No.
Okay. I'll throw it in the program. You can listen to it on Friday.
I thought you were gonna play it right now. I was getting all excited.
I don't know how to do that over this, and we're
The Anal Queen.
Yeah, we're late. We don't even have time for BOTPODs Basement Theory, so I don't know. Anything else from the NFL Sunday? Giants monster comeback, Russell Wilson, Hail Mary.
Falcons win was pretty impressive on Sunday. Being down to Green Bay and Jordan Love all game and then come back. That Bijan Robinson kid, though, second week in a row, he's been juking people out of their fucking shoes.
He's good. The Ritter kid blows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they have everything but a quarterback, which seems like a lot of teams do. Quarterback play
and a tight end.
Not as good as it used to be.
I was thinking about that today because I was listening to the 2021 draft review stuff and like who are the quarterbacks, and it's Patrick Mahomes and everybody else. Like even Josh Allen has really taken steps back. We talked about it last night. The rocks are filling up in that kid's head. super talented. But the days of Brady, Manning, Rodgers, Roethlisberger, Breeze, like that was truly a golden era of quarterbacks. And I'm trying to come up with a way to word this in a blog because people are calling us the NFL, it's such a passing league. It's not a passing league. It's an offensive driven league. It's a passing game league, but it's RPOs and wide open offense. It's street ball. It's not a pass. Who name me maybe Justin Herbert, but even he's not like a true dissect the defense, make a money throw on a dime. How many of those guys are there?
Kirk Cousins. He's the number one quarterback right now in the NFL.
Yeah,
he's like honestly the model for that type of quarterback.
It's basically it's like you're saying they're all running like a specific offense, which is making it look a certain way, but it's not that the quarterbacks are making the throws.
No, it's read and react, right? It's not. There's not a lot of timing. I mean, Miami is pretty close to that with their timing stuff, but let's see how that develops when teams get a hold of it. I don't know how to describe it. I have yet to come up with the words to describe it, but it's not necessarily what I would consider a passing league.
No.
Like that Brady, Manning, Roethlisberger, those were passers. They threw the ball. This is kind of run around, make plays. It's a playmaking.
More of a free flowing NBA Jam style.
Yeah, which is not
or NFL Blitz.
There you go. Something like that. All right. Well, let's just throw BotPod. We'll do you want to give us we'll take a quick break and then you just give us the 30-second conspiracy theory, because I'd love to just hear how much you remember from what last night.
And then we'll hit you with the old news and you can react.
Okay. Afternoon Delight and then a BotPod Basement tinfoil hat edition.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon Delight. You guys have it, I think. Afternoon Delight.
I don't know, Ron. That sounds kind of crazy.
All right, bottom of the totem pole of dumb. We're in your basement. We're at the bottom of your cesspool of thoughts, and this is what you've come up with. Hit us.
I was in my laboratory, aka the toilet stall, and came up with this one. Basically, the NFL had a running back committee that wanted more money, more player driven, where the top echelon guys can still get paid because of all the money that is not getting to them this year. Those guys were Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and Derrick Henry. And tinfoil hat time, boys and girls. These guys are getting hit one by one. Austin Eckler out for the foreseeable future. According to his coach, Brandon Staley, Nick Chubb will probably miss this year and next with the suffering that knee injury. Saquon Barkley is not playing tonight as we record for the Giants. So my prediction is McCaffrey, Henry, or Jacobs is the next ones to get injured just because of the Zoom meeting. Goodell's taking them one by one, saying you boys don't need to get paid that money.
So your conspiracy theory is Goodell has taken out a hit team, has personally picked a hit team to take these Zoom participants out this year.
Yep.
I love the theory. Now, do you remember?
Goodell called Minka Fitzpatrick and said, you know what you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah, take the chest contusion to the chest. Take him out.
Yep.
Now, do you remember the news that we broke to you?
No.
This segment last night. You really don't.
I don't. I swear to God.
So the NFL has filed a lawsuit against the NFLPA.
NFLPA, yes.
Because they believe they've caught wind of running backs faking injuries in order to somehow increase their leverage in negotiation talk. Among those being Austin Eckler was, I think, named in that lawsuit, which he is one of probably the most mysterious injury. Saquon Barkley maybe, but I saw that looked pretty bad. Nick Chubb certainly is
Because
not
we all
faking
know
that.
the NFL loves to pay injured running backs.
Yeah, I don't really understand where that leverage would come from. Like we talked about last night, Ray, if you don't remember. They'll just get another guy to run the ball.
Yeah.
Somebody else will come up and run the ball.
I'm just saying, it's like, don't cross fucking Roger Goodell. Like, I will make a mockery out of your fucking Zoom meetings.
Yeah, the Zoom meeting was dumb. We had something to say about that when it happened. Like, and then all those guys, Christian McCaffrey, 12 million, Saquon Barkley settled for 11. Austin Eckler's making double digits in the millions. Your top echelon running backs, who are the ones trying to run this coup, all are getting paid. So I don't know what their problem is.
It's like you were saying last week. It's like the rich are going to stay rich and the low guys are going to stay getting paid low. There's no middle guy where you could be like, all right, well, we can bring him in kind of thing.
They all just play for the Patriots. They pay everybody the same. It's fucking communism there.
That's right. Yeah, the NFL is a pure capitalistic marketplace, except for New England. Bill's got the
Everybody
book
gets $3 million.
Everyone gets the playbook and Mark's book of communism when they come to New England. Read it, understand it, get back to me.
Yep.
And by get back to me, I mean shut the fuck up and do what I tell you. Welcome. Yep. All right, I like that conspiracy, Ray. Let's go with yours. Other than the lawsuit, the NFL. Screw you. I don't like the lawsuit. Goodell has his hit team out there, and if you're a running back running your mouth, watch your knees, bitch. They're coming for you.
Yep.
Simplest minds of the week right after this.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as a stupid does.
So we've touched on this. Justin Fields, who many of you wanted over Mac Jones. Justin Fields was asked why. Well, first he said he was playing tight. He knows how to play quarterback. He just got to go out there. Fuck it. I have the quote right here. Let me read it. My goal this week is to just say fuck it and go out there and play football how I know how to play football, Fields said, according to ESPN's Courtney Cronin. This includes thinking less and just going out there and playing off instincts rather than having so much in my head. Data in my head, just literally going out there and playing football. When asked about the coaches, he said they're doing a good job when they're giving me what to look at. But at the end of the day, I can't be thinking about that when the game comes. I got to prepare myself throughout the week, and when the game comes, it's just time to play, not look at defenses or schemes or where to throw the ball. Just got to go out there and play, man. Too much coaching for Fields.
Is this the Kyler Murray train of thought now for all these quarterbacks coming in?
I didn't mean to do this, but doesn't that just line up with the way I said the NFL is going?
Yeah.
Like, not a passing league. These guys are just going out there fucking running around, throwing the ball all willy-nilly. Who needs coaching? They know how to play football.
You see what else happened with the Bears today?
Yeah, what the fuck was that? There was like an FBI raid on the defensive coordinator or something.
Yes.
What? I didn't hear this. I did not hear about this.
Well, so 2 days ago, the defensive coordinator just wasn't there. And the coach was answering questions, and he's like, yeah, he's not here now. He was very vague. And then it came out that he got raided by the FBI.
Which they're backpedaling on.
Yeah.
They're walking that back. So is Fields, by the way, and the coaching. You know what Fields did? After he said that, immediately they went back to the locker room and he got all the local reporters and scuttled them at his locker. And they have the audio, obviously. He's like, look, I know what I just said. Don't take this out of context and run it. I know what I said. I would never throw my players under the bus. I would never throw my coaches on the bus. It's not the coach's fault. It's never the coach's fault. He just walked it back so badly. I would never say it's the coach's fault. I would never say that. I would never say that. Don't go run this with context. Immediately, everybody ran it without context. All the headlines came out. Justin Fields blames coaching. It's this kid's a fucking idiot. Was it last year or his rookie season where he bitched about the fans bitching about him not practicing or
that was last year, I believe.
Just wait and see. This kid's a tool. Ohio State, man.
He may be a tool, but at least the Bears went out and got him some receivers, unlike they did over here with Mr. Mac Jones. So
Ohio State quarterbacks are not the brightest bunch.
I'm just saying, if he's bitching about his coaches, I mean, they at least went out and got him some talent around him.
So he has nothing to bitch about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine
he'd do what he's told.
He'd be jumping off whatever the closest bridge in Boston was if you drafted here. I forgot about we talked about this guy, the headbutt guy, the Bengals fan.
He's the real MVP.
Yeah, that guy.
Can you get charged for a crime if you're currently handcuffed by officers?
Pretty sure that's double jeopardy. There's a movie.
Yeah,
did you see the police officer strangling him at the end of it too?
Yeah,
they were not happy with him.
No.
There weren't police officers. There were security guards because that strangle was not like I almost said something bad that would have been insensitive. It wasn't like a full police got him like you would do with a younger cousin or brother or something. He was just choking him with his hand, from the front, squeezing his esophagus while he was handcuffed. Also, that security guard, the other security guards were holding his head together, squishing his head and trying to keep it tight. If you look at the video, and that guy's choking him from the front with his fingers. I'm dude, he just perfect headbutted a guy unconscious, and you're bold enough to stand in front of him and just kind of squeeze his esophagus lightly. Like you're about to get fucking smoked, dude.
He just goes off. Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah. Well, the headbutt is legendary. First of all, so he gets up. Someone's talking shit to him, I guess, and then bam, see ya, you're done. Oh, there are cops there.
Yeah.
First it was just
right
security.
there.
Look, see, he's choking him from the front.
Yeah.
He's just using his fingers. He's trying to headbutt again. You could tell, like he's got another one in him. He wants to headbutt.
Oh, yeah. Well, after
Catch
getting that, you
wasn't his
fucking
first
sobered up a
headbutt.
little
He's
bit.
headbutted many a person.
Yeah.
He sobered up after that one. He was like, "Yeah, let's fucking do this again."
He's Joe Carroll many a dorm room doors with that headbutt form.
And not some kitchen cabinets too.
Yeah. That was me. I threw him through that one. I don't think he headbutt.
Oh.
I think we just tried to headbutt the frame in half afterwards.
I remember when the adventure to
style.
Lowe's after that, you fucking like tried painting it and making it look like the same, and nope, not even fucking close.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? What do you think? Is it gonna work?
No, we smashed the pantry door and I bought a new one, and it was just a completely different color. And I didn't say anything. Folks walked in the door and like, the fuck happened? Yeah. What? Speaking of what, Sergio Brown doesn't have the best relationship with his parents, I guess. Sergio Brown's mother found dead and still on the run is Sergio Brown.
He ain't caught yet.
Man. So CTE fucked him up bad enough to kill his mom, but not bad enough to be really good at hiding from cops.
Yeah.
Getting kicked out of the club has a lot of repercussions, I guess. How much do you think he's got money? I can't imagine he has.
Oh, he's in Mexico.
I'm sure
apparently.
whatever he's got, he's blowing through right now.
He's in Mexico. Apparently, they said missing ex-NFL player Sergio Brown appears to surface in Mexico.
Huh.
Well,
that was pretty smart.
Yeah,
and fast. How did you get over the border so fast?
He's nice.
That's what I mean. If he's got money, I mean, he's played a couple years. He might have make a couple $1 million.
A bunch of people get in. Can't be that hard to get into Mexico.
Yeah, they let it.
Oh, here's
getting back
his
out.
mom's death is now ruled homicide, and Sergio Brown surfaced in Mexico with a bizarre rant. Interesting.
See CTE popping up again. You know, it's like,
yep.
I'm in Mexico.
Here comes Will Smith again. Sequel to Concussion.
Yeah. What else is the NFL hiding?
Hmm.
Oh, did we ever find the conclusion on fresh brain versus not fresh brain in studying of CTE?
Oh no, I
There's
was right.
So many better things about yesterday's podcast.
Yeah, well, that's just how this goes, Bob. This is Bobby's first time of not
Yeah,
recording.
this is not our first time, Poppy.
we used to do this quite a bit.
Yeah.
Great
show. Hey, did anyone hit record? Nope. No, we didn't.
No. Yeah, last night was much better. So apologies to any listeners out there. I didn't think this went bad.
No.
But
No,
yeah,
I was
not
just
bad,
fucking
just
souped up.
It's
Ray
no 47.
Ray brought up the freshy brain thing.
I remember that last night. Yeah. So yeah, you have to have a fresh brain. You can't fucking diagnose CTE on a
Well, he's
fucking
got a
2-week
fresh
old brain.
down there in Mexico.
I don't.
You fucking tried Googling it, and I think I'm right.
You might be right. I mean, I don't know. The thing that keeps popping in my head is the Junior Seau blew out his
Shots
chest.
off the chest, but he wrote a note and called the cops that he was doing it. Fresh
So
brain.
quick.
He wasn't dead for 2 weeks, rotting.
What does a fresh brain consist of?
Fresh brain.
Nice firm
Like
tissue.
or like organ donors, like they need to get that shit harvested quick. You know, like
Before it's
John
still
Q.
alive.
You ever see the John Q movie?
Yeah.
Denso.
He was gonna kill himself so his son could have his heart.
Yeah, but the helicopter, they had the car crashed in the helicopter. They medevac it in.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems like that was pretty.
You have
quick.
to have that. Yeah, those have to be fresh.
Freshies.
Exactly.
fresh
That was
juice.
fresh organs.
Can't let those have to be rotten. Those can't be rotten.
No, you're gonna put a heart in John Q's little boy. It's got to be a freshie.
Has to be. And it has to be his.
Yeah.
Because they're the only match. No one else match.
Right, except for the lady who died in the car crash. R.I.P.
Yeah, and then that girl who was in that movie had some very nice breasts. I don't know if you remember that at
There
all.
he is. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. 47 himself. This has been Simple Mind Sports Show, Friday Rewind, September 22nd. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, Bobby. Happy National Rations Day.
National Rations Day. I'll tell you what never gets rationed, your mother's ass. Yeah, we passed that like the peace pipe.
I don't like these Native American jokes Bobby's spewing out right now.
Speaking of spewing.
Marty! You've got to come back with me! Where? Back to the future!
Here he is,
This
the
is
arrival,
fraud.
the arrivals.
This is fraud, Raymond. You come onto this Zoom. This is why nothing's working correctly. You're coming on here with my name, besmirching my good name,
Double Rich McPhee.
and he's already yawning. This is not,
I'm not yawning.
This is not
It
47.
looked like he was awaiting the arrival of a penis.
No, I was just trying to see how much Rich was bitching because he fucked up last night and didn't record.
I don't know what fucked up last night. There's a chance.
Oh, we're
it
going to
was.
acknowledge that? I thought we were going to pretend that it never happened.
Oh, no, it happened.
Good. I'm going to do everything I can to recreate exactly what I said.
I don't even remember
Because
what
I felt
said
real good
last
about
night.
it yesterday.
I don't.
I don't remember.
I don't remember who the last person was to fuck with the account or Zoom. Oh yes, I do. Ray was the last person to fuck with the account setting.
That was
in
a month
Zoom.
ago. That was a month ago. So
Well,
how
what
is
the
it my
fuck
fault?
else would it be?
You big brain idiot.
You don't hit record. You just start it and it records.
I know. So then why? I didn't do that. Nothing happened. It was your fault. Just take ownership.
I will take ownership, but I don't know what happened. This is the Simple Mind Sports Show. Ray, do you feel like a
Minding.
47 today? Because you look like a 69. Not in a good way. You look like a reverse 69. Like someone's plowing your face from on top.
I'm gonna feel good in a little bit. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You gummy up?
You look like you went to a golf funeral.
Gummies are not good for you. You just need to get drunk. No, he's going to go to sleep. Last night I predicted he was going to go to sleep. Tonight he's definitely going to sleep.
I woke up last night, or I was dreaming that I had like the loudest, most successful push fart. But I think it was a dream. Have you ever dreamed that you farted before, but it was an excellent fart?
I don't
I dreamed
usually
that-
dream about farts. No.
Fuck is wrong with you, Vine?
I don't know. I don't dream about farts.
You need to live a better life. I dream about them all the time, and then I wake up and immediately have to shit. I'm all over the place right now.
Would you like to have a press conference after you take a shit?
Just to see.
Kind of like what they did with the Pat McAfee clip that I sent you today.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
I love
like
that, because there's
today,
sometimes that you're just like, oh my god, I wrecked it. The smell was just awful. Like probably out of 10. That was bad. Like I would just love to
It
be able
was
to talk
solid
to someone
wipe.
about
It
it.
felt real good. I don't think I left anything there.
Or you
Minimal
Houdini'd
toilet-
it.
Minimal toilet paper usage. Felt good about that.
Yeah, no, this today would be coming off a loss for me. This morning I was real rushed at work and feel like I left the top crack little bear there. I didn't quite get all the way up there, and it was a tough situation later on in the day.
Was it very itchy down there?
Those are onset repercussions. Yeah,
I hate when that happens.
yeah. it's
Basically,
tough.
you had to wait for a shower to kind of clean it out.
Yeah, I'm still am, and I'm gonna have to. I think
You know what the best part about having kids is those baby wipes. I think I use baby.
I don't do the baby wipe thing. I don't like it moist down there any more moist than it needs to
You
be.
no. See, what I do is I do the baby
There's
wipe.
already enough moisture in that.
Yeah,
area.
I do the-
seriously. This is why I can't get into the whole bidet game like the French.
No,
don't
you
want
use
that
you
water
wipe it
squirting on
still.
my
No,
a-hole.
you still I fucking use a baby wipe, throw that away, and then I fucking wipe my ass, and then you're like, that's like the cleanest feeling you'll ever have.
Are you afraid of the day that you're not going to be able to wipe your own ass?
Yeah.
Or are you looking forward to it?
I already like got the shower head, so I can. It's one of those ones you can move. So I'll
you've
be
got
all
a
set.
self
Cleaning.
self-armed bidet.
Mhm. Yeah.
You just put your toilet real close to the shower head.
I do it daily that I
All
take
this
that
talk is really.
I'm not joking. I take the shower head and I just like spread eagle and just let that thing rub my taint and my asshole, and it feels magnificent.
I can't quite get it. Get in there.
How's the water pressure that you have? Is it good? Is it enough?
Oh, I got city water pressure. It's very good. It's very clean. It's
There's nothing I hate more.
you
than
have
a
dials
shower.
on it, but you have dials
terrible
in it, so
water
you can make
pressure.
it fucking.
Excuse me, I apologize. Right, I forgot who I was talking to. Of course, you have good water pressure in your home.
He's
Sorry,
fucking Mario. So now, do you have hard water, or have you got to put a filter system in there, or is it
No,
feel
no
like
filter
I know
system.
it's
It's
not hard
beautiful.
over there.
It's great water over here.
Just
The only
like
thing, it tastes like
a million bricks hitting your taint at the same time?
Oh, dude.
You
Try
like
it tonight, Bobby. Bobby,
You
do you
love
have a self-propelled fucking shower head?
I do.
Try that tonight or tomorrow morning after your poop. You're gonna feel like a new man.
Yeah, of course I've done that. I mean, I don't think we're the only ones that have done this.
Yeah, or you're gonna blow your hamstrings out. All this talk is really advancing the time frame on this third shit of the day for me. So, what do you say we start the show?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with
some
you? 3
opening
shits in one
takes,
day.
some civilized sports show.